Hello students, today we are going to discuss properties of definite integral, their proof and some illustrations. So properties of definite integral, in last video we have discussed properties of definite integral without proof. So now we are discussing them, we are discussing their proof. So for some properties, let us assume integral of f of x, small f of x is equal to capital F of x. This we will use in the proof of our result. So first is integral from a to a f of x dx is equals to 0. So this is very obvious. So let us write small f of x has integral capital F of x, limits are a to a. So putting upper and lower limits, so terms will be cancelled, so result is 0. Next is integral from a to b f of x dx is equal to minus integral from b to a f of x dx. Let us start from left hand side. A to b f of x dx is equal to capital F of x, because we have assumed that integral of f of x is capital F of x. Limits are a to b. Then it is f of b minus f of a, and if I take minus common, so it is f of a minus f of b, or minus integral from b to a f of x dx. So result is proved. Next is a to b f of x dx is equal to a to b f of z dz. So for this we will prove left hand side right hand side separately. LHS is a to b f of x dx, which can be written as capital F of x a to b is equal to f of b minus f of a. Similarly RHS is a to b f of z dz, which is equals to capital F of z a to b, and which is equals to f of b minus f of a. So from 1 and 2 both are equal. Next is a to b f of x dx is equal to a to c f of x dx plus c to b f of x dx. That means we can split the integral into two parts. So for this, start from left hand side. A to b f of x dx, by fundamental theorem of calculus it can be written as f of b minus f of a. So let us add and subtract f of c. So from first to integral we can write c to b f of a dx, and from last to integral we can write a to c f of x dx by fundamental theorem of calculus. So this is also proved. Now next three properties are very important, so let us start one by one. So fifth property is a to b f of x dx is equal to a to b f of a plus b minus x. So to remember how to start this, always remember this right hand side. In rough work, think that you have to put a plus b minus x is equal to t. Actually we are not going to substitute this because we are starting from left hand side, but this is for our memory, because from here x is a plus b minus t. That means I will start from left hand side and I will put x as a plus b minus t. So dx is equal to minus dt, and new limits will be when x is equal to a, put x is equal to a here, so a will be cancelled out and t is equal to b. Similarly when x is equal to b, t is equal to a. So that means we have got new limit. Now just 1 minute. Yes, now integral reduces to b to a f of a plus b minus t minus dt. So to compensate this negative sign we can change the limit, so it is a to b f of a plus b minus t. Now we can replace t dt with x dx by properties of definite integral. We have proved that above, so hence the result. Its special case 0 to a f of x is equal to 0 to a f of a minus x can also be proved by using the same result. That means we have to prove the result here. After that we can put a as 0 and b as a. Sixth property is integral from minus a to a f of x dx is equal to 0 if f is odd. That means f of minus x is minus f of x, and if it is even, then 2 times 0 to a f of x dx. Now for its proof, let us start from left hand side and let us split this integral into two parts. Minus a to 0 plus 0 to a. Let us name them when I2. Now let us modify I1 minus a to 0 f of x dx. So again, how to start this? Remember, from this value minus x. So in rough, put minus x is equal to t, but actually put x is equal to minus t, like this. So you have to keep this thing in your mind. Now x is equal to minus t, dx is equal to minus dt when x is equal to minus a, t is equal to a, when x is equal to 0, t is equal to 0. So putting all these changes, I1 become minus a to 0 f of minus t dt. Again, to compensate this negative sign, let us change the limit 0 to a and finally write t dt as x dx. So putting value of I1 here, so our equation becomes this. Now two cases arise based on this expression. If f of minus x is minus f of x, then that means f of x is odd. So obviously two integral will be cancelled out and we will be left with 0, which is the one case. And second, when it is same, then obviously nothing will be cancelled and rather they will be added because these are same. So 2 times 0 to a f of x dx. Now if we understand 6th property, then 7th property is again similar to that. 0 to 2a f of x dx is 0 if f of 2a minus x is minus f of x, and 2 times 0 to a f of x dx if f of 2a minus x is equal to f of x. So let us start with left hand side. 0 to 2a f of x dx, again similar to last property. I am breaking this 0 to a and a to 2a, and I am writing the name as I1 I2. So this time I am modifying I1 minus a to 0. So again, how to start? So I am starting left hand side 0 to a f of 0 to 2a f of x dx as 0 to a plus a to 2a. So I am modifying I2, not I1, I2. So a to 2a f of x dx. Now how to start? See, again remembering from this 2a minus x. So in rough, 2a minus x as t, that means x is equal to 2a minus t. Actually we have to put this. So I am remembering this and I am putting x is equal to 2a minus t, that means dx is equal to minus dt. Limits when x is equal to a, put x is equal to a here, t is equal to a. When x is equal to 2a, t is equal to 0. So I2 become a to 0 f of 2a minus t minus dt. Again to compensate negative sign, to compensate this negative sign becomes 0 to a, and finally t dt become x dx, so that we can put this I2 in equation number in the above expression here, so that given integral becomes 0 to a f of x dx plus 0 to a f of 2a minus x. Let this be equation number 1. Again two cases arise if f of 2a minus x is equal to minus f of x. So obviously equation number 1, right hand side of that will be cancelled out and result is 0. And when f of 2a minus x is equal to f of x, then 0 to a f of x dx will be added up, and this is 2 times 0 to a f of x dx. Now let us see some application of these properties. Like first of all, minus 1 to 6 mod of x minus 3 dx. So we can evaluate mod using this property. As we know, the definition of mod is this: mod x is x when x is greater than equals to 0 and minus x when x is less than 0. So similarly, mod x minus 3 will be x minus 3 when x is greater than equals to 0 and minus x minus 3 when x less than 3. So that means 3 is a turning point, so that we can split this integral into minus 1 to 3 and 3 to 6. 3 is upper limit, so that means x is less than 3 here, so it will be negative of x minus 3. And 3 is lower limit here, that means x is greater than 3, so it is x minus 3. After that you can proceed yourself, it's very simple. Now mod means that is not sure that every time you have to split the integral, like it is 0 to 6 mod of x plus 3. Obviously this mod is changing at x is equal to minus 3, which is beyond 0, even lower than 0. So that means our both limits are one side of minus 3. These are more than minus 3. That means no need to split integral. Straight away we can remove mod and we will write positive x plus 3. Had the limits been minus 6 to minus 3, then obviously both of them are lying lower side of minus 3, then we would have placed minus 3 here. But even then there would not be any need of splitting the integral. So this kind of situation is also here, so you can proceed after that. Similar situation is minus 1 to 1 sin x dx. So it is minus 1 to 0 plus 0 to 1. Now by definition of syntax, obviously if x lies from minus 1 to 0 and 0 is not counted, then syntax will be minus 1, and when x lies from 0 to 1 and 1 is not counted, then its value is 0. So this integral vanishes and minus 1 will be integrated as minus x, and then you can put limit. So 0 minus minus 1 is 1. So hence the result. Next, a question can be asked in combined form also, like 2 to 5 x minus 2 plus x minus 3 plus x minus 4. So I will strongly recommend that you should treat this question as 3 different integral and give the symbol as I1 plus I2 plus I3, because integral is distributive over addition, so integral sign will also be distributed over addition. Now I think that you should treat different integral separately and you can get answer. So again, this is a point which I wanted to show in this question. Now next property is minus 1 to 1 log of 4 minus x upon 4 plus x dx. Now I am not saying that every time this formula work, but obviously if minus a to a, these are the limits, so that means I have to check whether function is even or odd. It may possible that it is going to reduce my effort a lot. So I am starting with f of minus x, that means I am putting x as minus x, so it is changed to 4 plus x upon 4 minus x. Then log m minus n is this, take minus common and again apply log m minus n, so that means it is this. Now it is again f of x, but negative sign is there, that means I have substituted x as minus x and function become minus f of x, that means it is odd function, and without any effort we can write its integral is 0. And writing the property also, minus a to a f of x dx is equal to 0, so f of minus x is equal to minus f of x, then it becomes 0. So hope you have got this answer and the solution. Okay, that's all for today. Take care, have a nice day, thank you.